Am Israel decided 2,000 years ago, Am Israel, the sage of Chazal, our sage, decide to separate the Messianic Jew, the Jewish that believe that Yeshua is Mashiach. They decide to separate them from Am Israel. So really our sages create the Christianity. They sent Paulos first, 2 years after Jesus was crucified. They sent Shaul Mitarshish, that he was a disciple of Rabban Gamliel. They sent him to create the Christianity, and 30 years later they sent Shimon Kefa, St. Peter, to work with Paulos. Right? He became the first pope in Rome. So then I go to my rabbi with very difficult question. Right? I show him all this Gimatia. My books that born exactly in the day when they start the disengagement with all this int. And I asked my rabbi if all this legend about establishing Christianity by the Jewish is true. He said yes. Okay, so then he showed me a proof from Rabbi Yehuda Hasid, the book of Sefer Hasidim. He showed me a proof about Shimon Kefa. He called Shimon Kefa righteousness there. And Rabbi Ginbu, he says that if Yehuda Hasid wrote it, it's 100% true, it's 100% reliable. But about Shaul Mitarshish, beside all the legend that is, it's not something really you can trust on it. About Shaul Mitarshish, only lately, maybe 1 year ago, I find that Rashi wrote about it in a place, of course, that nobody knows where it is, in a book called Dikdukei Sofrim, from the Chacham Rabbi Raphael Natan Rabinovich. He mentions them 3 names: Paulos, Shimon Kefa, St. Peter, and Yochanan. For some reason, I don't know what Yochanan had to do with this. He says they was all Jewish. They did it for the sake of God. They did it to help Am Israel to get rid of these people, the believer of Jesus. Right? So this is something very important to know, that today when I talk to rabbi, to Jewish people, and I tell them this story, and then I ask them, you accuse Jesus for all the million of Jewish that was killed from the Christian. Christianity was not established by Jesus, it was established by our sages. So what do you want from Jesus? Jesus just teach Torah in Am Israel. Well, he said go to all the nation when he come back from the death, right? In the book of Matthew, he said go to all the goyim and teach them what I teach you. But the Christianity that we know, with all the theologic Christianity, it's all Paulos, made by Paulos. Okay, so one of the things I'm doing lately, I try to meet rabbi and to talk with them about all this, about the fact that we must bring back Esav and Jesus to Am Yisrael. You know, it's like God put us in our face. To who this land belong? And it's like the question to who Yeshua belong. He belonged to Am Yisrael or he belonged to the Arab? The same question. Right, so many hints that make connection between the land, this special part of land that it is a question mark to who it belongs. So many hints that show that this land have to do with the name of Jesus, that first of all we damage Am Yisrael, the wellness of Am Yisrael. After, because this, we damage the Torah. All our learning of Torah is damaged because of this. One of the examples, the fact that we call it, we didn't want to mention his name, so we call it Yesha instead of Yeshua, right? It means we change the letter of the Torah, and the same way we can, for this reason, we might interpret different things that are written in the Torah about Mashiach. We might give a bad interpretation for it. We damage the Am Yisrael, so that we damage the wellness of the Torah, then we damage Eretz Israel.